And welcome back to Persona 5 Not Royal with me, Matthew Caddis, aka Puggy. So, we are looking at Okumura's palace in the original vanilla game. And the first thing I want to look at is, of course, the whole puzzle with the chief executive robots. Oh yes, because I kind of went over this a bit earlier, as I say, but yeah. And of course there are strong enemies here as well. Keep in mind that Joker does not have his, thing now, his grappling hook, as I've mentioned in the first video covering Kamoshida's palace. And also even though I do have the healing items I bought from Dr. Takabe's surgery at this point, these guys can easily beat you down. And of course, because the Tom Pass is not readily available for your characters, it is very hard to beat these enemies. And I don't know if I did have the ability to, well, no, that's what the Tom Pass was for, so yeah. So I have a turn here with Haru, and I cannot do anything except pretty much take down the slimes, and good thing they do, because those slime enemies can actually self-destruct. I think they're the Black Who's actually, yeah, very annoying. Again, I do have Medea armor on Mona at least, so he can heal the rest of the party. So yeah, the rebellious elephants easily does so. I can actually switch party members at this point though, so that's good. My even though I pretty much completed all, but I think I only completed the optional confidants in the game. The only one I completed successfully was that wasn't like, dare I even say it, not part of the story, was Yoshida's in the original game. Seriously, it was not a good run. And I had actually bought Persona 5 Royal while I was playing the vanilla Persona 5, so yeah. But yeah, other than that, yeah, it's just what it is, but at least I can switch out party members now. Shame for the lack of the upgraded Baton Pass, which also helps in Okumura's palace. It makes it much more manageable, if you ask me. Anyway, as for the executive robots, let's see, I know there's one up ahead, but yeah, here's one of them. Also the character portraits, yeah. I don't know if I like them better or less. Some of them do look better. Okay, well, I'm not going to... The other thing of note, they don't, of course, as I mentioned, I think when I was doing Okumura's palace, the robots do not mention the fact that, ow, killed two of my party. Okay, that's another thing. I found it very easy for them to do so. And, yeah, that's not gonna look well, is it? Don't know why I revived Haru next, but never mind. Famine's breath, that gives you hunger. Anyway, the main thing, again, like with the previous battle I just showed off here, is that the fact that you can't baton pass, so it's a lot harder. Another thing of note, you remember that the robots actually gave away their weaknesses in Persona 5 Royal, making these fights a lot better. Seriously. These fights were made a lot better. You're having to actually guess their weakness. I just figured it out with the, in the case of the, underling robots, by accident, really, with Anne here. Seriously. But, yeah. Unfortunately, I do not have the thing of Ricanda. Yeah, that's the thing. They still do that in Royal, of course. Of course they do, because I'm because AI is AI in this game. In both senses of the word. I absolutely hate Famine's breath, seriously. And yes, in one case, one of these robots actually managed to kill Joker. Seriously. I'm going to say that's down to various factors. One of the most well-known factors would probably be the fact that, the fact that thing is not great. Apparently the monster is, or the boss thing is weak against fire. But yeah, they don't give away any sort of thing until you've fought them, basically. Thus, putting a huge drainer on both your HP and SP. So yes, it is very annoying. I'm having them spam Ricanda. Not a fan. Not a fan. Yes, the central hall where we have to go up these various circular platforms is a lot tougher to get through. Seriously. I have already mentioned the thing with the rather badass looking bit with Joker grappling the saucers in my Royal Let's Play. This isn't, of course, a thing in Vanilla Persona 5. And of course, it is weird not seeing the characters actually having any voice acting there. I don't know if they did in Royal. I know a lot of their lines did do so, but I'm not sure here. I've already got the thing. I think you already get the map when you get Haru in your party, and then whatnot. But that being said, yeah, here is the area with the thing. Actually zooms in Royal, seriously, on these things. Still looks really technically pleasing, I will give it that. But yeah, instead of Joker grappling the platform, instead we just get a Star Wars thing. Still pretty cool. Not as good as what Joker did in Royal though, so yeah. As for the Starro-looking enemies, they can still be beaten down with physicals. The Mothmen, well, they're still weak against gunfire, so yeah, but remember what I said about ammo in this game. Unlike in Royal, you can't refill your ammo after every battle, which refills automatically in Royal, of course. But not so in Vanilla Persona 5, seriously. Okay. But that being said, let's see. This is where I think Joker actually hooked the platforms. Keep in mind, I do not have any, dare I say the thing? Okay, was there, like, a safe room here? Apparently there was a safe room in Vanilla Persona 5, which I'm not gonna complain. It's pretty good that they put a safe room here. Especially when we get a bit later in the game. Towards the end of the vanilla game, dare I say. Stopping the crushers, you still have to set it to launch, of course, and you are still only given like 30 seconds to get to the other side, but now there are extra crushers to deal with while you are doing so. Seriously, you can see off to the right there is a pink crusher, and in the vanilla Persona 5, it is made a lot harder because you actually have to find the console. And there are various enemies around still. That is still a thing here. One thing I don't see is the thing, but yeah, this really gave me a headache because of the pink crusher there. Yeah, okay, apparently they're called hydraulic presses, but I don't know, I find it easy to say crusher. So yeah. And finding them is not easy. That is a given, I guess. You still have to face the various robots as well, being thrown into the incinerator, which still is rather sad, really, given what happens to, given that we've been fighting them and everything. But there you go. But lunchtime is way too short, if you ask me. Never mind 30 minutes, you're only given 30 seconds here. And yes, the equivalent of the Bedlam blocks are still here as well. So I'm just running around like crazy trying to find the other one. Seriously. So yeah. And yes, the frantic music does still play here. But here's the pink console. In Royal, this was for controlling the blue ones at the same time. And unfortunately, I was only gave myself so much time. Again, with the pink one, you still have to set it to launch. That happens once you find the right one, and Futaba will tell you. Again, just like in the thing, though I had to go through them. In Royal, I already knew it was launched, so I could easily discern that one, so that's good. It seems like the pink ones at least do stop. It does stop the blue ones, so that's one saving grace I will give Persona 5 Vanilla here. Seriously, yeah. Not that I'm being so frantic. I'm trying to get past a bunch of things, including the ambassador of filth himself, Belphegor. And yeah, another thing of note: the timer does still count down in Royal, but you don't really see it as far as I can tell. Could be wrong there, but yeah. Still sits on the toilet. I don't know what Belphegor still sits on the freaking toilet. I don't know what to think about that, seriously. This is I've already seen well, that's enough about that. But we made it to the other side at least there. And yes, you can still sort out the various things as well by going to those consoles. So that's good, I guess.
See it. Focus.
I already went over the security levels in the palaces in the vanilla Persona 5, so yeah. And on the other side, well, this area. I think this is where the robot rush is. However, there is also another crusher. I don't think that was in Royal, but I could be wrong there. At least they put another safe room here. Seriously? Okay, so now the airlock puzzle. And to be honest, the only major change here is the fact that the music doesn't slow down while you're floating through space, which I actually thought was a much nicer touch in Royal, and the fact that I don't think there's any color coding on the map, although I'm going to look at Royal for that. But yeah, and of course, Joker's grappling hook isn't a thing. This gave me much more of a headache in Vanilla, but that's down to me doing this blind, not due to the puzzle being tough. It really was a tough puzzle, including in Royal, so yeah. But that being said, I still have to talk to the thing, and yeah, without the advice, yeah, getting personas is still quite a bit harder there, seriously. And of course my things are not so great there either. Okay, so maybe we shouldn't use another charge Johanna there from Makoto. And yeah, by the way, I don't rank up with Makoto in this one either. So her persona stays as Johanna throughout, instead of becoming a Nat. Yes, seriously. But that basically means I wasn't using a walkthrough here. Nothing, so... well, I only got a life stone. Never mind. And that airlock's going crazy, seriously. I know that's just background shit, but... yeah, that airlock were going crazy, man. I don't know what to think about that. So, that being said, let's see. You can see that one's closed. Again, there is a singular switch, like in Royal, that will open a certain one. So yeah, you can still see where you're gonna go on the map. So that isn't a problem per se. Looking on the map is a good idea though, which is something I should have really done quite a lot more of, seriously. But never mind. And yes, the music does loop here. I don't know if one closes or another opens. That just takes me back to the safe room, of course. So yeah, I don't think that's the case with these doors, but it is annoying when you're trying to get to the boss room. Speaking of Okumura as the boss, honestly, he's fairly similar actually. The only difference is he doesn't have his robot cognitive Haru here. Unlike with dare I say with the original fight, which honestly may well be for the better, to be honest, although kind of beat down the thing fairly easily. He of course spams the gigantic hamburger nuke order, still seriously is etched into my brain after him attacking me so much with it, seriously. But yeah, I decided to go from this phase with the giant corporate mech here, because to be honest, yeah, this was the toughest one of the lot, not just the thing. At least I do have Harrison recovery with some of them, but and how appropriate that the giant hulking robot that is the representative of a fast food company infects us with hunger. Oh, the amount of times I've been to McDonald's and everything, seriously. I felt more hungry afterwards. Yeah, it kind of fits. But nevertheless, let's see. Yeah. I'm gonna say I have plenty of healing items. That's all I'm gonna say with this fight. Again, the time limit is still a thing. I don't know, was I doing more damage to him? But I don't know. Other than that, yeah. You know what? It is somewhat easier without Robo Haru actually pretty much healing up her supposed father here. But yeah, and now he's. I think this is where Okumura said, "Oh no!" But he is summoning the thing. So yeah, and Okumura actually attacks you a lot more in vanilla as well. So there's that. Instead of just ordering his mechs around, I will give it that. I think the status attacks are done by Robo Haru, so that's a given. And what do you know? There's the Robo Nuke attack. Yeah, I'm gonna call it that. Seriously. Although, did Mona just die? Okay, yeah. Apparently, Okumura is more inclined to attack you. So I wasn't mistaken then. Seriously, I do remember him attacking. I did, remember Okumura attacking you. He didn't do that in Royal. Anyway, that being said, that'll be it for Okumura's palace. As I say, I'm about to start Sainijima's palace. So, yeah, look forward to that. And of course, I will be covering that in my Let's Look At of the vanilla game. So I will see you then. Goodbye!